damn near guaranteed way to make money in real estate is first, look at how you're buying the deal, right? Find things that have rent disparity. What I mean by rent disparity is something that the property that you're gonna be buying, if those rents are $1,000 a month and if the property right next to it or in the area, they're going for $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 a month. And if you can buy that deal as is, cash flow positive day one, you're gonna be able to make money on that thing. And if you have a long-term mindset, right? So have a long-term mindset, you're gonna be able to make money on that thing. That's the first thing that you gotta look at. There's people in trouble right now with some of the deals that they've bought because they overextended a little bit as far as, okay, we're gonna buy this deal, break even, and we're gonna have a bridge loan out, we're gonna break even day one, and we're gonna have this huge renovation project going on. Since they didn't have cash flow day one, there are definitely some people out there hurting. Always try to have cash flow positive day one with the ability to increase rents up to the market levels, right? So for example, this building behind me, when we first bought the deal, the rents in this building were between $500 and $700 a month. The comps in the area were between $800 and $900 at that point in time. And currently now, 4 years later, we've got rents that are, double what they were when we first built the place, right? So we had bought it cash flow positive day one. Good thing we did because there was a lot more renovations that came up in this building than I thought. So we were able to take the extra cash flow and put it into upgrading the property, upgrading the units. Efficiencies of scale. Try to scale up as much as you can. Yes, this building behind me is only 47 units, but you know what? In this entire 20-mile area, we've got about 700 units. So with that scale, there's a better chance of us making more money than someone who's just rolling out and going to get a 16 unit. That's all they've got. They don't have as much scale, right? 8 units is better than 1 unit. 16 units is better than 8 units. The 700 we have in this area is better than your 32, right? So the more scale you can get, the better. The more scale you have, in my opinion, the more likely it is that you're guaranteed to have success in real estate and make money in real estate. Do not let my scale comment prevent you and scare you out of getting started in real estate, right? You gotta still be able to start wherever you can start. So that's just a quick side note and a tip. Do not be completely debilitated or paralyzed because I'm saying, hey, you need to have 32 units. You don't absolutely need to. It's very, very nice to, and yes, it will increase your chances of success, but you still can find single-family homes that are a deal. You still can find duplexes, 4 units, 8 units that are a deal. I started out with a 4 unit, so you still can start small, but have the mindset of, hey, we need to get bigger. So what I do, I went out and bought the 4 unit right next door. I went out and bought 300 storage units. I went out and bought an 88 unit, a 24 unit, a 40 unit. I went out and kept buying assets, and then when I was able to make the move, I started jumping to 200 unit apartment buildings, 400 unit portfolios, right? So ultimately have that mindset of scale, scale, scale. The more scale you have, the bigger fish you become, the more likely it is you're gonna succeed in real estate. Unit improvements. Unit improvements is the next thing that you can do to guarantee your success in real estate. The big thing when it comes to unit improvements is we're not going through this building and putting marble floors and marble countertops in. You gotta know the demographic, you gotta know the comps, and you don't wanna do things just to do them. You wanna do things that are actually gonna get you a return on the money. I know guys out there that are doing every single thing in a unit when I'm like, dude, all you really needed to do there was, stain the cabinets and put new flooring in. And they went in and they did everything. They did a two-tone paint color, and they did new vanity and new countertops and new hardware everywhere, and new closet doors and new base trim and new ceiling. Sometimes you don't need to do it just to do it, right? Actually, you never need to do it just to do it. You only should be doing things that you're going to get a return on your investment. Otherwise, it's simply a waste of funds, a waste of money, right? Unit improvements is one way that you can close the gap on rent disparity. But you need to pay attention to, hey, can I move my rents closer to that, the market rate rents without putting in $10,000 per unit? Because a lot of times the answer is yes, you can. But sometimes people just put in money just to put in money, just to say they did it, just to make it look pretty, just because. Don't do things and don't spend money just because. And that will help guarantee your success in real estate. Lowering expenses can include low flow toilets, LED light bulbs in the common areas, in the parking lots, to lower the utility bill, right? Utilities are typically a huge portion that can be very controllable based on the investments that you're gonna make. As you get scale, which we already talked about, right? You're gonna be able to bulk all of your properties together under an umbrella insurance policy, you will see much better rates of insurance, or your cost of insurance is going to go down per unit that you have. That's another way to save on expenses. Inventory management, making sure that you're not just going out and buying things just to buy things, just to hoard things. Make sure that you're on top of the inventory and stay on top of that, and you have a process for controlling it, a process for purchasing items, and being able to track them so that you know what units they go into and that they're not just walking, growing legs and walking off the property. That's another way that you can lower expenses. Now, when you're raising rents and when you're lowering expenses, what you've got to realize is every single dollar that drops to the net operating income is actually worth $15 to $25 right now in property value. That's right. So let's use this example. I got a real world example for you. Yesterday, actually 2 days ago, at this new property that we're buying in about a month, we're going over the contracted services. We're looking to have a new contract with a new trash company, and that new trash company would be a new vendor for us. They're currently performing or currently servicing the property right now, right? That company was about 1/3 in cost compared to what our preferred partner is, right? We have a preferred partner for our entire portfolio. So I got on the phone with our preferred partner. I said, hey guys, look, this current vendor that this seller has right now, they're a third better than you in pricing. And so what they did is they came back to me and said, hey, we were able to cut our bid in half. Well, you know what? There's still a $10,000 difference there. So I had to sit these guys down and I had to be like, hey, I'm not saying that you guys being $10,000 off is going to make or break the deal. We want to be able to do business with you. We want to continue to have a great partnership with you. But just so you know, that $10,000, it's not just $10,000 extra out in cash flow that we can't distribute to our investors. It's also $10,000 times 20, because a cap rate right now is 5. Basically, you multiply all expenses by 20 that you could be saving, right? Because if we didn't go with them, we'd save $10,000 a year. So multiply the 10,000 by 20, that gives you $200,000. So I'm like, this trash contract right with you guys is gonna ruin, take away $200,000 of my property value when the bank looks at it, when the next buyer comes and looks at it. How can I make that worth it? How can I justify? So you have to be able to weigh those things in your head, right? So think about that too. When you're looking for rent disparity, remember, each dollar that you can increase rents, right, is really, multiple of 5 adding to the valuation. Each dollar that you can save on the utilities, each dollar that you can save on the trash contract, the landscaping contract, the snow removal contract, the insurance, the payroll, each dollar you can save is basically like $20 of value they're adding to the building. Those dollars add up a lot if you're paying attention to it and understand how the game works. Hey guys, every single Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're coming at you with Want to Know Wednesday. Thank you for checking it out. If this is your first time, please subscribe. Please share it with someone else. If you're not a rookie and been with us for a long time, please share it with someone else who would get value out of this channel. This is the most underrated channel on YouTube. I'm telling you right now, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you want to see next week in Want to Know Wednesday.